We have a foundation here that we started 8 years ago, and we've raised nearly $1 million since we began it, and we give that money away in the form of scholarships and grants and monies for young men and women that otherwise might not be able to go to culinary school. But something that the restaurant completely underwrites is the Excellence Program, and this is for young men and women, typically juniors or seniors in high school, that aren't even necessarily interested in the culinary arts. Each school can determine who they'd like to send. Some schools send honor roll students, other schools send problem students. Here comes the state champion wrestling team. Maybe 20% of these lovely young folks are in foods classes or do intend to go into this field. But what it involves is just exposing and showcasing what we think excellence is all about, working with humility is all about. 20 students, 2 or 3 teacher chaperones arrive on a school bus every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. They're greeted at the front door, given a quick little 5-minute tour of the dining rooms, the kitchen, the wine cellars. I always wonder why we take them to see the wine cellars since they're only 17 or 18 years old. But then they sit in our studio kitchen at one big table, and for the next 2.5 hours, they have the same menu approximately that's being served to most of the guests that night. And if sea urchin is on the menu, or lamb's tongue, or any other exotic item, these folks are having it. And along the way, this is the fun part, they hear from 10 or 12 staff members, pastry chef, sommelier, fish cook, all different people, come out and talk about what they do to pursue excellence, how they try to work with humility, how they motivate themselves every day, how they regard themselves as their own boss in terms of setting even higher standards than I might set for them. And then they field several questions, and we go around the table as many times as we need to until each student asks 2 or 3 questions. And we can talk about all kinds of things, from sustainable farming to organic foods versus not organic foods to, well, how to run a small business. And we end up on a lot of different subjects. But it's a great sight at 7:30 at night when a yellow school bus is pulling back up in front of Charlie Trotter's restaurant, vying for space with luxury automobiles and stretch limousines, and these beautiful young men and women are just, tumbling out the door, giddy with excitement, and it's our way to kind of give back. I think people in the restaurant and hospitality world in general are generous people. I think that's why they're drawn to this field. And we do a lot of philanthropic things, but this is more of a hands-on thing, and it directly affects young people in our city, our community. And I think sometimes if we can just let each one of these folks walk out with 2 or 3 ideas about life and about how to motivate themselves, then we've accomplished our goal.